Now that we've installed all of our project dependencies, we need to create our database. And we can do so by going to mlab.com. We'll be using the Database as a Service MLab for our MongoDB database. If you don't have an account with MLab, just click on the Sign Up button. Otherwise, you'll log in with your username and password. And once we log in or sign up, we'll be taken to our deployments area. It'll show us all of our deployments. And we'll click on the Create New button to create a new database, a new deployment. We'll choose AWS as our cloud provider, and we're going to select the sandbox plan type for learning, developing, or prototyping. Then we'll hit Continue. Then you have the ability to choose the region you want your database to be hosted in. For the least latency or the quickest time in delivering your content, you'll choose the region that's closest to you. In my case, it would be US East. There's also a Europe option. And then we'll hit Continue. We'll choose a database name, and it doesn't have to be unique. So I'll just choose Next Connect. And then we'll be taken to this order confirmation page. Now the sandbox here is a completely free tier. We're going to make sure everything is free, and once we see that the total price is free, we're just going to hit Submit Order. So our database will be created, and once it's ready, we'll click on its name, and our first step will be to create a base user, an admin user, or a root user, I mean. So we'll click on the Users tab and hit Add Database User. I'll just use my name. And the same for my password. Hit Create. Make sure that yours is a bit more secure. Then we want to connect our project to our database that we've created using a driver. So we're going to use the standard MongoDB URI. We'll copy this second URI we see here, and we'll head back to our code editor. You'll see in your files this .env.default file. And this will be where all of our environment variables will be held for our project. We'll paste in the URI that we copied in our Mongo URI entry after the equals, and then we'll type in the user and password that we made as the root user. We'll also need to create a session secret, this secret value, which will be used to create user sessions with the help of the package express session. So we can just use a random string here, any random string that we like. You'll see in addition to Mongo URI and session secret that we have a couple of other entries. Production URL will be used for setting the URL of our deployed app. Port will be set to 3000 by default. That should look familiar to you. And node.env. So we'll leave those two values as 3000 and empty, and we'll change this .env.default file to just .env, and we'll save that. Now if we take a look at our package.json file, we can see that we have a dev script. We just need to run, as we have previously, npm run dev in order to start up our development server, and that should compile successfully for us with no errors.